And hello there. We'd like to welcome you into the Philly and Fred show for Wednesday, November 26, 2025, the day before Thanksgiving. And on today's show, we're going to talk about the Sunday slate, the Monday game, and then we're going to have a couple segments, true or false, and then winners and losers from the weekend. First, first game we're going to discuss Steelers 28, Bears 31. The Bears fan won, so you get to go first.
Yep, I was at this game. Game was pretty electric. Uh, I was kind of bummed out that Aaron Rodgers did not play this game. I actually wanted him to play. But still got a great game, which both of us were probably expecting. Both quarterbacks manageable, not great. Caleb missed some throws he probably shouldn't have. I'll start off with the Steelers side. I was very impressed with y'all's blocking on the outside. It felt like y'all was getting anything y'all wanted to, in the run game. Rudolph, I feel like other than the two turnovers, he played pretty good ball. But the thing with the Steelers, y'all don't really get anything. I feel like downfield in terms of passing. Maybe a little bit more with Rodgers, y'all do. But I like to see y'all get DK the ball some more. Y'all got fire move, in the offense, at the end. But yeah, not a bad game, overall for y'all. And as far as us, we didn't look too great on offense either. Swift didn't y'all shut Swift down, but Manon guy had a solid game, and we kind of got all of our receivers involved, in a good way. So obviously, we've been banking on takeaways, all season, and we got two again. So that's the reason, we won. So yeah, good game.
And I'll answer your question. No, we don't throw the ball. Even with Rodgers, we don't throw the ball down the field. I'm done with the Steelers. I'm over it. I do this every year. I don't know why. I don't know if we've had the discussion, but I'm going to finally say this on the podcast. Why can't I just not care, Philly? Why can't I not have a team? Just watch football on Sunday. I don't have a care. Oh, the Steelers lose. That's fine. Oh, the Ravens win. Who cares? But instead, when I was 6 years old, I said I'm going to cheer for the Steelers. And now every Sunday, I just get the same thing. Defense, highest paid defense. Yep. They've the only person that's given up 30 points more in games this year is the Bengals defense. Uh, Something's got to happen. I just sounded like just a little bit of a stutter there, but something's got to happen because you can't have the highest paid defense. Either that's coaching, either your defensive coordinator sucks, or your GM signed the wrong people for way too much money. Like that and I think it's coaching because people are just running wide open. But it feels like the Steelers have had coaching problems because we had Matt Canada forever. He was terrible. And now the last couple defensive coordinators, it feels like they're no good. But the way the Steelers operate, they don't want to fire no one. They just keep people year after year after year. Like I just yeah. And then you trade Pickens. You trade a guy that's younger and is worth less money and's a better player, and then sign a guy that for 30 million a year that's older and not as good a player. You want to hear a stat, Philly, about the Steelers?
Yep, that's good.
George Pickens individual receiving yards this year 1,044. Pittsburgh, the whole receiving core has 1,009 yards. He himself
Oh man.
has more receiving yards than our whole thing. Oh, and then another. Speaking of the balls down the field, the Steelers did not complete a pass of 20 air yards in the month of November.
Wow.
Jameis
That
Winston had 5 against Detroit in one day. That's
wow.
just,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's crazy right there to believe.
Yep. And it's the same thing. We're going to finish 9-8, 10-7. We might make the playoffs. We might not, but who cares? Because we're not going to win a playoff game. There's nobody I look at in the AFC where I go, oh, if we played them, I think we'd beat them right now. So yeah, I'm over it with the Steelers. On the Bears side, Caleb. I, I don't know because he makes some really good throws, but he misses way too many wide open throws, and he missed a couple in this game. And it
Yeah,
feels like every time I've watched him, like I like a lot of things, but then I see 3 or 4 throws a game where he either sells it, puts it in the dirt, and it's like, man, that you can't miss that. That guy was wide open. He's gonna keep running, and he misses. He misses high a lot, which you don't want to
yeah,
miss high over the middle, especially.
yep. It leads to picks, and yeah, you're so right about that. It's kind of like because he'll miss a lot of throws, but like he'll when he needs to make the throw, like this year at least, like he's made them. So that's kind of why I guess people's not, you know, kind of hating on Williams this much this year. But yeah, he does miss way more
Well,
than he
and
needed to. But
Philly,
yeah, they're
let's be honest. Why people hate on Caleb Williams? It's because he
uh,
paints
uh,
his nails. It's
yeah,
because
yeah,
he's got a pink phone case, and it's
yeah,
because they caught him crying in the stands. It don't really have much to do with his play. It's that
yeah.
like it, and people won't admit it. They'll be like, "Oh, this, that, all that nonsense." That's why.
Hmm.
But he's still this year. He's taking less sacks. He's not turning the ball over. He's on time. He's just missing a couple throws. So like
Yeah,
it's, and I think as a Bears fan, you got to like be happy with the improvement.
yeah, for sure,
Like
for
just
sure.
so much better with good coaching is what it looks like.
Yeah. I will say I'm sick for this Bears fan that was sitting like directly in front of me. He had a parlay, $60 to it was like 2,600, and the only thing he missed was he needed Rome Odunze for 4+ receptions, and he ended with three. And if you saw that game, Odunze probably should have had at least 5 catches. He had the one where Caleb missed him across the middle, I believe, in the fourth quarter. But he also had the one where I think he only got 1 foot down. So yeah, I'm sick for my fellow Bears fan. If you're listening somewhere,
That sucks. But yeah, hopefully we get big enough to one day where we're like, oh, he's probably definitely listening.
yeah,
But oh, and another thing I was thinking because TJ Watt passed JJ's sack record.
yeah,
And the funny thing is, like, just think about that. JJ Watt, when he sits down for Thanksgiving on Thursday, he's not going to be the best football player at that table.
yeah. And you know he commentated that game too.
That's what I'm.
That's
Yeah, that's he literally
yeah,
called it, and
mm-hmm,
that's literally funny. Like thinking of JJ Watt, Hall of Famer, one of the best defensive players of all time. At his Thanksgiving, there will be a better football player sitting down at that table.
mm-hmm.
Uh, Next game, Vikings 6, Packers 23. I mean, JJ. I mean, he's just they showed some of his stats after the game. He's just last in so many stats. Do you think maybe a? But they kind of already did it though. I was gonna say, does he need to have like a Bryce Young benching? But then he kind of had that when Wentz played.
He did, but it was more so because of the injury. But I mean, honestly, I'm not mad at that. But it's still his first year. I'm still not trying to, you know, get too much into, he's only made like 5, 6 starts in his career. So I'm trying not to jump the ship yet, so fast and say, but I mean, he does look pretty bad right now. But I think he's a better quarterback than what he's showing. I believe Wentz is hurt as well. So I don't even know who their third string is.
Uh, Great question. Uh, I was about to say
Because
something. I
I,
literally
I think
forgot.
I think Wentz is hurt. So he
Oh
was at least when JJ came
no,
back.
yeah, I think he is. But I think the reason it's so talked about is that I don't even. I think the reason it's so talked about is definitely McCarthy's play, but I think it's almost because of stuff he has no control over, which is how good people think the team is,
Hmm.
and that the team went 14-3 last year, and that the team had Daniel Jones and Sam Darnold in the quarterback room
Yeah.
and let both of them go. Like I think his play obviously has something to do with it, but I think it also has to do with other things like the Vikings. People thinking the Vikings screwed it up
Hmm.
with going with a guy that had never played NFL football, just coming off an injury over a guy that led them to a 14-3 season the year before,
Right.
and that he's playing so well in Seattle.
Yeah.
Did you
Both,
see?
both, both of those teams 8-3.
Yeah. Did you see? He got a concussion.
JJ.
Uh, yeah. Well, he had concussion symptoms on the way back, and my first thought was that the offense might have tied him down and beat the hell out of him. I think Justin Jefferson just kept punching him in the face and saying, "This is for every time you overthrew me by 10 yards when I was wide open." I was thinking
Yeah.
like maybe they beat the hell out of him in the middle of the night. They looked at coach like, "Jesus, this guy's got concussion symptoms, coach. I think you need to check this guy out." You know what
Yeah.
happened? No, no, no. I think he fell or something. I don't know. Maybe it was from the game.
Throw it under
And
the
then
bus.
then I also had the thought of maybe nine, because we know nine's the psycho. So nine was so mad that he played so bad that he headbutted him, but then nine didn't feel it because nine's a psycho. It had to wait till he had to wait till McCarthy felt it. Yeah, and then the Packers, everything's the Packers. We're kind of still, I think, in the we don't know, but we'll know because they play five. The next 5 weeks, they play five teams that are in the playoffs in a row. So we'll see.
Yeah, I will say their backup, Emmanuel Wilson, looked pretty elite. So, so I mean, maybe that's something to you know be positive about moving forward without Josh Jacobs.
Well, I think their thing is just love. I mean, if when love plays well, they play well.
Mhm.
When love doesn't turn the ball over, they do good. They win.
Right.
When he has some of his moments, that's when they get in trouble.
Yeah.
Next, Colts 20, Chiefs 23. I mean, just a straight up collapse. They kicked the field goal to go up 20-9, and then they went three and out four straight times in a row. They had 13 yards in the fourth quarter. Like they gave Jonathan Taylor the ball three times from the fourth quarter in overtime. This game, the Chiefs didn't impress me at all. I think this was the Colts giving it away, and I think I'm on the side of I think the Colts might be a pretender and not the Chiefs are back. What's your thoughts?
I think I'm right there with you. You've seen a lot of flaws in these losses with the Colts. They, yeah, basically handed the game to the Chiefs. But I did call Colts losing by 3, Chiefs winning on the money line. But Chiefs probably shouldn't have won this game. Yeah, the Colts. I mean, stop. You can't stop handing it to your best player. You know what I'm saying? I believe they had 4 straight drives in the fourth quarter where they went three and out, which can't happen especially when you're this some elite offense that we've been talking about. So yeah, I'm more on the pretender side for this Colts team as well. Chiefs finally got a win in those 1-score games, so good for them. Didn't think they was gonna go 5-6, but uh, they'll have a test again on Thanksgiving. So
No, I mean they got two. They're not out of the water yet. They got two tough
yeah,
games in a row. So just because they
mm-hmm,
won this one, don't mean really nothing if they don't win the next two.
mm-hmm,
And yeah, I feel like this game was the classic. Don't want to play not to lose when you get up, and then you lose every time you do that. It's just coaches, I guess, haven't learned that when you play not to lose, you're going to lose every time you do that.
mm-hmm.
On to Detroit. Giants 27, Lions 34. Hey, Jameis got back to playing fun football. I mean, he had two of the most electric plays of the year. He had the receiver throwback to him, touchdown to Wandale, and then had, I mean, awesome move. The receiver stepped up in the pocket like a QB. He threw the ball to Jameis. Jameis spotted the ball, came back to the ball, had the hands, made a guy miss, then hit the Heisman pose. I said, "Ah, no, this is Jameis." And then he threw a horrible pick. I said, "Here he is. This is Jameis. This is what makes him electric." These three plays: horrible interception, crazy reception touchdown, and trick play, another trick play touchdown. Before I get on to the Lions, people need to talk about the year Wandale's having. He's ninth in receiving yards and reception.
Mm-hmm.
Have a heck of a year. And on the other side, Lions, ah, ah they might not be as good as I thought to start the year because the secondary came back. It was an issue again this game. James was throwing it all over the yard. Golf didn't look great, but they drafted Gibbs. and he's electric. I think he's the fastest dude in the league because anytime if he's within 5 yards of someone, they're not catching him.
Oh
Like
yeah,
even if when that touchdown run in overtime, I feel like they took good angles. They weren't even close. They didn't even get close. So yeah, Lions they might not be as good as I thought. The Giants, Jameis went back to having fun.
yeah. I will say the Giants, man, they have lost in like every possible way. It's been brutal, man. They've literally had about five losses that they shouldn't like. They could like really have a positive record at this moment in the season, but I mean, bad teams, continue to lose these type of games. So, but to that Winston play, they showed it on the video board at the Bears game, and we went crazy because obviously rooting for Lions lost in our division, but yeah, that was fun. I didn't even realize that was Jameis that caught it, but yeah, Giants are going to be the Giants, and yeah, Lions still don't know where they stand. They don't really scare me in the NFC as they did in the prior 2 years. So yeah,
Yeah, and people say like as the coordinators, I just don't think they're as talented. Like especially on the offensive line, I don't know if they are.
yeah. Of
But
course, a big loss as I mentioned
well,
last week as
yeah,
well. So
yeah. Well, and I mean, I guess the good thing to look at it for a Giants fan is what were the Bears last year? They had a rookie quarterback. The head coach, people didn't like the head coach already, didn't trust the head coach. Then they lose multiple games on either coaching or just end of games decisions. So, I mean, if a Giants fan, I look and go, all right, the Bears, look what the Bears did. They had their young
yeah,
quarterback. They had some good pieces, but the coach stunk. So maybe if we bring in a good coach, we could flip this around in one season.
who do you think would be a good fit for them possibly?
Well, if well, we won't ever get rid of him, but I would say Tomlin.
Mm,
But I don't know what we do, and I don't with coaches. It just depends. Some dudes are great head coaches, some dudes aren't.
yeah.
And now the thing is to pick an offensive coordinator, a defensive coordinator, but they've never ran the full team before. They've just ran offense or defense, so you don't know if they can really be a coach. So,
Hmm.
do you got anyone in mind that you maybe think?
No, not as I don't have anyone that's like proven themselves as a head coach. Maybe Eric Bieniemy. I forget where he's at right now. Um, but the offensive mind that was at the Chiefs for a while. I know he went to the Commanders, I believe, for a year. But I think he's a great offensive mind. That could get that thing rolling. Maybe bring in a defensive coordinator because I mean they have the pieces, but I don't know if they have the coaching because they shouldn't be giving up as many points as they are. So.
No, that's what's crazy. Yeah, you look at their defense. When I've looked at their defense, I'm kind of like, oh, that's a name. Oh, there's a name. Oh, that guy's good. But then you look at the points they give up per game, you're like, that's terrible. They're a bad defense.
Like their top four, like it's probably the nastiest top four, like on
Oh, the
paper.
front four is disgusting.
On
Like
paper,
their
but yeah.
defensive line is nasty,
Hmm.
but they don't really play like it. On to the Seahawks 30, Titans 24. It's the Titans, so I'm not going to say much, but Cam Ward does make some crazy throws. I'll give him that. And the Seahawks didn't turn the ball over. And I think if the Seahawks don't turn the ball over, they are they're definitely on the same level as the Rams, and they might be better because they turned it over 4 times and lost by 2. So
Hmm.
if they don't turn it over, I think they can beat the Rams and anyone they play. Honestly, at that point.
Yeah. Not much to say for me for this game other than I mean Titans. They played the Seahawks closer than what I would have expected.
Yeah, that's kind of. I never looked at this game, but I kept checking the score, and I was like, "Oh man, they kind of close." And then, they
Hmm.
got 2 scores, and then they scored the last touchdown, and then I looked at the end and seen the Seahawks had won it. On to Baltimore, Jets 10, Ravens 23. Lamar looks human. I mean, he's just beaten up. That's what it looks like. His body, it just. And I think it's one of those things where the play calling's bad. And before, Lamar could make up for those. Like he can make up for problems you have, like whether it's a line thing, whether it's the offensive line, the coaching's bad. But he looks 50% maybe. I mean, he's getting caught by everybody. He can't outrun no one. He's not juking anyone. He's not even really running the ball. They're not great. Yeah, I don't know what the Ravens if Lamar's never going to get healthy, I just don't know how they win a playoff game. And the AFC North will produce the worst playoff team to make it into the playoffs for sure. Oh,
Yeah.
and one final thing on this game. Derrick Henry's got to wear a belt. He's got to wear something, tighter pants, looser pants, something. I've seen Derrick Henry's butt crack way too many times. I mean, this guy, he's got to do something. It's unbelievable. I looked at Kendall and I said, "You got Jesus Christ." I mean, are you kidding me? How many times am I
Oh.
going to see his crack? It's all the time. He goes down and he pulls it and he does the double hand pull like he's a lady. And I'm like, come on, man. Do something. Jesus Christ. All right. What were your thoughts on this game?
Not much to say. Really, I mean, it's hard to. I mean, I get this Ravens team. They was 1-5. Now they're 6-5. But if you look at their schedule, they have not played anybody. I mean, other than I wouldn't even say my Bears because my Bears are still hard to read. We'll really find out about them this second half of the season. But I mean, the you beat the Jets, beat the Browns, beat the Vikings, beat the Dolphins. But I mean, they still don't look like the Ravens. Like you mentioned, I think Lamar is definitely not 100%. So it's just tough to read. I mean, this team constructed right now, the way they've been playing, even though they've been winning, I don't see them winning a playoff game either.
Well, and Lamar, it feels like he owes money to the mob or something. Because they keep like 1 week it's his hip, 1 week it's his toe, 1 week it's his hamstring.
Hmm.
It's like it's something different every week. They're like, hey, Lamar, you didn't pay up. It's your hammy this week. It's like, Jesus Christ. I mean, how does he have a different injury every week? And he's not even like some guys, because Big Ben used to be like this. Big Ben was always on the injured report
Hmm.
every game. He was questionable to play. Lamar ain't even like that. Lamar's pretty much healthy almost every game, besides when he has a big injury. So that's why
Yeah.
this year has been so weird, where he's had ticky tack injuries all year. It feels like.
Yeah.
We're gonna head to their division rival, Patriots 26, Bengals 20. What are your thoughts on this one?
Yep. Drake May still a stud. Patriots. I mean, they might be for real. I mean, I guess we're gonna have to see in the playoffs. But right now they're in firm position at the moment to get a number one seed, which would be huge for them. I don't think any of us, expected this big of a jump. I did think they was going to improve, but still rolling. Bengals, not much new to say. Honestly, I don't think there's any point of bringing Joe Burrow back, but I think they're going to bring him back anyway. Yeah, if he gets hurt, it's going to be done on Zach Taylor's part, and he's probably going to get fired. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's all I got.
yeah. And with the Patriots, yeah, only two of the next five teams they play have a winning record, and the only real competition for the one seed is the Broncos. And the Broncos have 4 years, or I said 4 years, have 4 games with teams with winning records to end the year. So yeah, when it comes to schedule, it's in the Patriots' favor right now. And yeah, Drake May, he threw a pick six early, looked bad. The offense looked really bad early, but I think that's a more impressive thing than throwing for like 350 and 3 touchdowns is throwing a pick, having 2 3 and outs, being terrible, and then being able to turn it on. That's where you see the real legends like, which I don't know if he's going to be a legend yet. He's a really good player already, but a lot of dudes, when the day is going great, they can keep it going. But when you start out terrible, can you throw that to the past and then have a good game and still lead your team to victory? So yeah, I think they're good. Drake May's good. The Bengals, Joey, nursing home Joe, he finally came back to earth. First 4 games, he had 313 yards per game with 11 touchdowns and 2 picks. In his last two with the Bengals, he's had 191 per game, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So yeah, I think he's coming back to earth finally. And I thought about it with the Burrow thing, and I'm like, it just depends. Is he fully 100% healthy?
Hmm.
Like, no, like he's through anything. Like, is he as healthy as he was to start the year? Because I would get playing him then, because it's like, all right, you can't put the guy in bubble wrap. Like, he's got to play at some point, but he's got to be 1,000% healthy, healthier than he's ever been, and ready to go. And with
Hmm.
the Bengals, you don't know. And then yeah, I don't get the we're still in it. They're like, oh, they have a solid chance. That'd be like me saying they say they have a solid chance to make the playoffs. You're like, well, yeah, that's like me saying I have a solid chance with Sidney Sweeney. Like, I mean, yeah, I guess technically, like, I have a chance. But it has to be just like the Bengals. A lot of things would have to go my way. A lot of people would
Yeah.
have to perish. I'd have to start making a lot of money, and then yeah, I got a real chance. Yeah, that's yeah. If that's the reason they're playing him because they think they can make the playoffs, that ain't the reason. Just play him because he's healthy.
Yeah.
On to Arizona. Jaguars 27, Cardinals 24. I know they won, and I know their record's actually pretty good, but I think it's getting to a point where Trevor Lawrence just might not be the guy everybody thought he was going to be when he got picked number one. What are your thoughts on Trevor and his career and what he's shown you? Maybe.
I mean, he hasn't shown me that he's a really reliable starting quarterback. More of a manageable guy, but not somebody that's probably ever gonna win me a playoff game. If I'm to be honest, and it's kind of surprising with how he played. This dude was like a stud at Clemson, and I thought he's gonna be like top 10 quarterback minimum in the NFL. But yeah, he has not shown that. Definitely thought Arizona was gonna steal this game. Brissett, excuse me, still looks great. But yeah, this was one of the like 3 or 4 games that went in OT over the weekend. It was pretty entertaining to watch. So, but yeah, still not huge on the Jags, even though they've found a way to win the past 2 weeks. But we'll see how they go down the stretch. And for the Cardinals, I mean, you can just ride it. I think Brissett's your. Mm, I'd say they probably go after a quarterback in the draft. I don't. Kyler's definitely not going coming back next season. I don't believe. But at least I mean you got some upside in Michael Wilson, who's looked like a number one receiver the past few weeks. So
Well, and see, the problem with Arizona is they have the problem, which are they going to be able to fix it like the Broncos did? Because you signed a guy to way too much money, and you're either going to have to cut him or pay him $50 million to not be there or to not play starting quarterback. And the Broncos did that. They cut him. They had dead cap, but they drafted a quarterback. They got the head coach. They got they had coordinator, the whole system, the players, young guys, people in the draft. Like, can the Cardinals do that? That's the thing. Because yeah, you're right. There's no way you can see what Jacoby Brissett's done with the offense this year and then thought, oh, Kyler Murray should definitely come back next year as our starter. That just, I'm with you. I don't think they'll do that. I think they've not seen enough, seen too much from Brissett in an offense that didn't look good under Murray, pretty much. All righty, the big one of the day: Eagles 21, Cowboys 24. Fly, Eagles fly. They didn't fly. They got shot. They got their wings clipped. Loved watching this one. Cowboys look like a real playoff contender if they can get there. They just put themselves in such a hole that I don't know if they can. But the defense got we've been talking about this. The defense got healthier. They got Overshown back. They got Malik Hooker back. They traded for Quentin Williams. They traded for Jacob Wilson. Like they really figured it out on defense. Jerry might have been right, and I know no one wants to say that, but trade's looking pretty good right now. He's not paying Michael $48 million. He got draft picks. I think he still got one left from that trade, and I think he traded two for Quentin Williams. And he got the other Kenny or what was his name? The other defensive tackle from
Kenny
that
Clark.
trade. Kenny Clark, that's what it was. And that's just defense. Offensively, I mean, Dak's playing what top five, top three quarterback play this year. You got Pickens, he's a top three, number 2 in receiving yards this year, and he's playing awesome. They can run the ball. They're balanced. I mean, honestly, the most disappointing guy on the offense is CeeDee Lamb.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the guy's got 7 drops in 2 games against the Eagles. That just like that can't that you can't have that happen against with your best player against your arch rival, especially when you need a win like they needed one. And that's Dallas. On to the Eagles. I mean, it feels like they can only play good in one half because they get one good half of offense on football or football, whatever the hell I'm trying to say. One good half of offense, and that's it. They cannot play 2 good halves of football. In this one, it was basically a quarter. They let me see if I can get to it. They had they got up 21-0, 21-0, and they had 109 yards the rest of the game. Up 21-0, and then you have 109 yards the rest of the game. When I was watching that, it almost felt like the 10-1 Eagles season when they were winning close ones, kind of like this. Offense didn't look great, defense looked pretty good, and then they just let go of the rope and they just lost. I think every game down the stretch and lost in the playoffs.
When they lost to the Bucks
So,
first round.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they're 3 highest pass attempts this year. All 3 losses are the 3 highest pass attempts for Jalen Hurts in a game. So the 3 times he's thrown for the most pass attempts, they've lost all 3. So that take with that what you may. But what were your
Yeah.
thoughts on this one, Philly?
Yeah, I'll start with the Eagles. They just don't look like a team that scares me at all. I mean, like you said, they've only been playing good for one half of football game. They haven't really put it all together, which is kind of crazy for a team, that just won the Super Bowl, had everything, going for them the last few years. But yeah, that offense is a lot to be concerned about. And it's like they'll if they're good in the passing game, they're gonna be bad in the rushing game. If they're good in the rushing, they're gonna be bad with the passing. That seems like what the memo has been, all year. So yeah, I mean their defense it's gotten better, but I mean that the offense is really the reason they lost that game. You can't score 21 in the first half and not score in the second half. But kudos to the Cowboys for fighting back. When I saw Eagles was up 21-0, I thought it was for sure over. But I guess it's never over with that, offense with the Cowboys. They have the, best duo in football right now, even with CeeDee Lamb dropping all those passes. So yeah, and yeah, like you said, that Jerry Jones trade looking great right now. You can tell that Cowboys defense just has a little bit more edge on them. They're not, looking at each other like, oh, yep, that was my guy. Nope, that was your guy. Nope,
Yeah, they're
it's
not
no
doing that
more
lady.
that.
The hands up throw. Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
they love that in secondary.
Yeah. So
One,
so yeah.
one
What's up?
really like this game shouldn't have been close. The Cowboys shot themselves in the foot. I mean, I can't tell you how many times
That pick
they
in the
had
end zone, I did see that.
the pick in the end zone. They turned it over inside the red zone. They had the penalty on the punt. They
Mm.
got the ball inside the what on that fumble. What was it inside the 10 and
I
didn't
didn't see
score?
the
Didn't kick a
fumble.
field goal or
Jeez.
nothing. Well, no,
Mm.
no. This was on the kickoff return. They got the ball inside the 10 after Philly fumbled, and they didn't kick a field
Oh,
goal. First and goal, second and goal, third and goal, fourth and goal, didn't get it. So like really
right.
they gave the Eagles so many chances. They tried to blow it, but they didn't. They yeah. That's if the Cowboys set themselves in a hole, but if they get in the playoffs, I think this is one of the more well-rounded Cowboys teams, honestly. I think.
And I think there's a chance, honestly. I mean, you have two hard games coming up with Chiefs and Lions. I'd say you can't go 0-2 in those games, obviously. Because they're what at 5-5-1 in the NFC.
Yeah.
You got the
So
Chiefs and the Lions. I
they
mean,
need 6. They need 10 and 6 and 1 probably.
yeah. So I mean, it is a little bit long shot, but yeah, after the Chiefs and Lions, you have the Vikings, Chargers, Commanders, and Giants, which are I feel like all winnable games. Well, really, all of these are all winnable games, but you're gonna need uh a lot to happen, and you're in the NFC too, which makes it difficult. But I wouldn't write them off completely.
Well, see, I think next week's that's a massive game. Cowboys versus Chiefs because both people are riding high on both teams. They
Yeah.
both just won close games and comebacks where they won by 3. So like this that week's going to show you who maybe played a team that's not as good or who's actually a good team or they're maybe both good teams, but someone
Yeah.
has to win. The two
Hmm.
non-football things from this game. I seen on Twitter a video after the game and I saw Michael Irvin getting hyped. And the only thought I had was I looked at his face when he was going hype, and I looked at his nose, and I thought, like, I wonder how much blow that nose is going to inhale tonight. I thought his nose is probably going to think he dove headfirst into snow. Like, Jesus Christ, Michael. Because you know he loves that booger sugar. Big game like that, he was juiced. I said, oh, yeah. I know what's going in his nose after this one. Uh, and Brady. I mean, did you hear that?
Oh gosh, we heard it on the
And then
way
he
back. But
apologized. Don't say nothing. Just go past it. Act like you didn't know you did anything even close. Why would you?
he
Oh, my fault.
chuckled,
No.
bro. He chuckled
Yeah,
after.
hey. Hey, well, and the funnier thing was, I went on Twitter after that, and then people were like, some black people were like, you know what? Hey, he's kind of got the pass. We'll let this one go. And it was like, hey, if that's the way it's looked at, I mean, as a white, that's the one thing you can't say or accidentally say or do get close to. So, I mean, I don't know how you do. I've always thought that as a white person. When I see other white people get close, I'm like, what? How'd you even get close? You know you can't. That's one word. Don't say that one. That is a
uh,
nuclear bomb. Absolutely. Do not say it. It's a hatred word, but you shouldn't even accidentally say it.
hmm
On to the last game on Sunday. Bucks 7, Rams 34. The Rams were the best team in football. And Matthew Stafford's MVP. They probably have the best play caller. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. They're awesome. But I did realize in this game that I could be more confused on what a catch is. Did you see that catch?
Nope,
He caught
I was driving on the way back from Illinois.
Kate Otten, caught the ball, possessed it, went down on both knees. The defender took it away and scored, and they called it a pick six. And the official in the thing literally said, "Yes, I." So even if we all acknowledge, right, he has control and the knee is down, that is not a completed pass. That is what the Gene Steratore said. So I didn't think I could be any more confused about a catch. I now am. Uh,
I'm
yeah, yeah,
gonna have to go look that up.
yeah. And one last thing, and then it gets you clean pocket for Matthew Stafford, 19 to 23, 215 yards and 4 TDs. If you not 4 TDs, but that was the thing. If you don't get pressure with 4, it's over. Because if you blitz him, he's too smart. He's seen all those blitzes. He's going to throw the ball where it needs to. If you send 4 and you don't get there, yeah, he's got a pocket like that. He's lighting you up all day. What were your thoughts on this?
Uh, yeah, I think it's just kind of crazy. The injuries have really caught up to the Buccaneers. They look like a probably top three, top four team in the NFL through about 6, 7 weeks, and now you've really just seen them fall off a cliff. They can't even compete against these teams that they would have in prior years. But I mean, they just don't have the guys out there to really compete. And Rams, not much to new to say about these guys. They during so week 12 through 13, week 13, I'm saying right now that they look like the most complete team, and that would be my front runner for to win the Super Bowl at the moment. They don't really have many flaws you could speak about. So yeah, Rams look scary.
Yeah, they're outscoring teams in this 6 game winning streak by 18. They're just and they're also the Rams are a great example of drafting. But also trading away picks when it gets you good players. Like they're right in the middle. They're great at drafting, and they keep some draft picks because they've drafted Kyron Williams and Puka later. But then when they need to get a Von Miller to pass rush or get these other guys, they'll trade away their picks because they know that this pick, we don't know. It might be good, it might not. This player, we know he's an absolute stud. So we'll get him when we need him. The Monday night game, Panthers 9, 49ers 20. Shanahan's a heck of a coach. I mean, guys, that team's so injured. He keeps rolling out different. I mean, the team looks different every game, and they're 8-4. Team keeps winning. And also, can teams with good running backs do what the 49ers do and give their running back the ball almost every play?
They should.
McCaffrey's averaging 25 touches a game. Like, do that. Like, guy's really good at football. He's one of our best players. Yes, we will absolutely give him the ball every time.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. I mean, Niners. I mean, like you said, I like what Kyle Shanahan's been doing with a different team literally every single week. Force feeding the ball to McCaffrey. So Niners look pretty solid. On the Panthers side, Bryce Young kind of looked like his old self there. Panthers had so many opportunities to go up in this game. When you have a guy, the opposing quarterback, those three interceptions in the first half, and you literally had as many points in the first half as you did turnover or takeaways, like that just can't happen. And yeah, giving the ball to Rico Dow six times in this game, like you gotta be more flexible with your offense. So not good. Panthers had a chance to take the division lead, so we'll see how they go moving forward. So yeah, that's all I got for that game.
Yeah, Bryce Young, I mean, I think we've said this year. He just, whenever you're bought in on him, he has a terrible game. Whenever you're like, yep, he's just not a good starting quarterback, he throws for 448 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's just kind of been, basically, since he got benched and came back and got his spot back, that's kind of been him really every
Hmm.
time. Yeah, that's everything from the slate from Sunday to Monday. All right, Philly, who's your winner and loser this week?
Winner, or I'll start off with my loser, I guess. We'll go to Vikings as my loser. Um, like at this point in the season, you're probably just bang your head into a wall. That front office, like yeah, we probably made a mistake. You see Daniel Jones and Sam Darnold both with 8 wins, and frankly, like as a Bears fan in the Vikings division, this is probably the worst they've looked in some years. Like maybe like pre Kirk Cousins era. So yeah, not good on the Viking side. You would expect like usually in division games they're always gonna keep it close. And they did not Sunday. So Vikings gonna be my L. My winner is gonna be the Browns actually. Shadur getting a lot of slander in his first start last week, how he's pitiful. And what does he do? He comes back and, he wasn't great, but I mean, it's his second start. He looked manageable. He got his, team the victory. So I'll go to Browns. Miles Garrett, he broke the Browns sack record, I believe. Had 3 sacks. So yeah, give me the Browns getting a road victory.
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't write that game in my notes, but yeah, Shador looked good. Well, and even like he pushed the ball down the field at least. Like that's what Browns fans. I seen Browns fans after the game. They were like, at least he's throwing the ball down the field. Like
Hmm.
he showed us something. Dylan Gabriel was the quarterback for way too long to not show you anything, and him still be the starting quarterback. So they were just happy that Shador showed something. Like
Hmm.
he tried at least. Threw the ball down the field and had some good plays, had some bad plays, but he just second his first start, his second game playing. So like those things are
That is
obviously
his
gonna
second
happen.
start. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you can grow, but he can grow. And he shows you he can, and now you can play him long enough to where you go, Okay, do we got a guy? Maybe we do, and maybe he stinks, but you don't know that. He might show you something that you like, and then you go, all right, we'll give him one more year, or maybe we'll draft a QB and it's a QB competition or something like that. Yeah. I think my winner is going to be. I'm going to go winner first, and I'm going to go Cowboys because if I'm a Cowboys player, I got to be thinking, all right, we played horrible. We turned the ball over multiple times in the red zone. We shot ourselves in the foot. We had penalties, and we still beat a division rival down 21-0 and a team that's 8-3 now. Like, if they're them, they got to be thinking, oh, we can beat anyone. Like this, our defense played well. Like the offense don't got to force. Like now, I assume that offense doesn't think anymore we have to score 30, 35 because the defense played well 2 weeks in a row. Shut the Eagles out for basically 3 quarters. They got good players over there. They got Quentin Williams. They got Overshone. They got Malik Hooker back. They got Deron Bland. The offense, we obviously know what that is. We know the weapons they got there and how balanced they are on that side. Yeah, I think the Cowboys from uh, division win to putting yourself back in the playoff hunt and to just the confidence of beating a good football team, knowing we could probably beat whoever we play, we got a chance to beat them. And my loser, I'm just going to go easy for me. Steelers, same old, same old. Going to finish 9-8, 10-7. The same thing. They're probably going to keep everybody. They're not going to change nothing. It's going to be the same story once again. No playoff wins. What I think 9 years in a row now. Just nothing's changing. It's literally the Steelers are insane. The definition of insanity is doing the same things over and over again and expecting a different result. That's what they do every year. They will literally every year they roll out the same thing. They put a band-aid on the QB position. They somehow we always have terrible coordinators, and I don't know if that's a Tomlin thing. I don't know if that's ownership. I don't know if that's a GM. You got the highest paid defense, and they stink. They've given up almost the most 30-point games all year. And once again, you're not going to be good enough to draft a quarterback, or you're not going to have a low enough or high enough pick to draft a quarterback, but you're not good. You're not going to win a Super Bowl. So we're just still stuck in purgatory. It's they got to be my loser. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm done with it. And saying all that, I'm going to watch next Sunday and the Sunday after that and the Sunday after that and the Sunday after that. I wish I didn't care, but sadly I do. Alrighty.
Nothing works for me, brother.
On to true or false. First one. Matthew Stafford is a first ballot Hall of Famer. You go first.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes. Even like people forget he spent most of his career at the Lions, which is pretty much a terrible franchise for most of our lives that we knew, and he still passed for like feels like 4,000 yards all of those years with little to nothing. He did have one of the best receivers of all time, but I mean he's shown us that he deserves to be in that category. He's got a Super Bowl win under his belt. I feel like he can definitely get a second one. And if he gets two MVPs, two Super Bowls, I say, why shouldn't he be in the first ballot Hall of Fame?
Yep. I'm also going to go true. And I think he can. I think he's close to top 10 right now. I think if he can win another Super Bowl and grab an MVP, he's going to be top 5 in touchdowns. He's going to be top 5 in passing yards. I think he can make a chance for top 5. He has to do a lot. He'd have to do this insane pace for a couple, probably maybe at least 3 to 4 more years. But I mean, he's awesome. He's one of those guys I forget how good he is every time. And then I watch them because you don't watch the Rams. They'll play a couple bad teams in a row. And they won't be on prime time for 4 or 5 weeks. And then I watch that game, just watching that game, and I'm like, God, I mean, he makes crazy throws. He throws no looks. He's a heck of a football player. I'm not gonna lie. On to the next one. True or false? Chiefs ain't proved nothing. The Colts just proved they're pretenders. You go first.
Uh, I'll go false. I feel like I feel like both of those statements can actually be true. My Colts did give up that game, but I feel like they've done that in all three of their losses, versus the Steelers and in the Rams, where I mean, that's just what they've shown us. And I feel like you got to give a little bit credit to the Chiefs, just because they haven't won a one score game all season, and they found a way to make it happen when they needed it most. But I mean, I do feel like there's some truth into Colts being a pretender. You know, had a great start to the season, but I think everything's kind of catching up to who they really are. So yeah, I'm gonna go false.
Like, I'm gonna go true. I think the Chiefs ain't proved nothing. I think the Colts just proved they're pretenders because they just and it's been they ain't played many good teams. They've played a couple good teams. They've looked good, but I'm pretty sure their record of playing teams above 500 and playoff teams is now not very good. And the Chiefs, really, I mean, they were getting dominated the whole game. My notes, like when they went up 20-9, was the Chiefs just aren't a good football team. Like the Colts are beating them in every facet. And I think the only thing that changed was just mindset and play calling. Because for 3 quarters, the Colts were dominating. But then in the fourth quarter, they just let go. It's almost like they were like, oh, let's just not lose it. Let's be safe. And then they couldn't move the ball. Then the Chiefs got going on offense, and they couldn't be stopped. So I'm going to go true. But I think this week, and I think the Chiefs got 2 tough ones in a row. So they could prove me wrong in 1 to 2 weeks, or 1 to 2 weeks, and I could be saying this is false. But for the moment, I'm gonna go true. Is there anything else you want to add about the slate or any of the true or falses or winners or losers or anything?
Uh, no, I think that's it for me.
All righty, brother. That's it from this side too. All righty. We'll see y'all inside.